Right, Shalom. This is the I.S.U.P.K. started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General YAHANNA. And this is Officer Karafia for the Monday history class. We will go into all history and break it down according to the Bible, man. You know, also we got class tomorrow, which is the Brotherhood class, every Tuesday, 7 to 9, 394 Lodge Road, B18 5PW. You know what I mean? Or Slack. That Brotherhood class every Tuesday is broadcasted from London, from Croydon, London. Make sure you watch that on YouTube and Facebook. I.S.U.P.K. _ United Kingdom. Make sure you watch that. Also at classes every Wednesday at 394 Lodge Road, B18 5PW by Officer Dungabar, which is the law class. As blacks and Hispanics, we went into slavery for breaking God's laws, man. And Officer Dungabar teaches them laws free of charge at the I.S.U.P.K. The only one place where you can learn to love God. The Bible says if you break the laws of God, you hate God. And there's one place where we would teach you how to love him. That's the I.S.U.P.K, man. You go to the church thinking that you're loving God when they're actually teaching you to hate God. Christ said, if you love me, keep my commandments, man. Meaning what? No Christian loves God. No Muslim loves God. No Pan-Africanism or Egyptologist loves God, man. Only us at the I.S.U.P.K. I know it sounds crazy. I know it sounds like a cocky comment to make, but it's just the truth, man. It may sound cocky, but it's just the truth, man. It's a lucky, man. So you go. Every Thursday also, we got scripture breakdown class by Captain Parasha. You know what I mean? Any scripture you want broken down, just just type in the class, man. So like I say, type in the class and you'll get it broken down. It's every Thursday, 7 to 9. Also, make sure you log into the Grill by Command General YAHANNA, which is every Monday, 2 a.m. our time in the UK. And also make sure you watch Cross the Line every Thursday about 2 a.m. And also On the Ends, man. Make sure you watch On the Ends every Friday, 9 p.m. till 12, man. Some hot topics, the whole 9. Make sure you watch that, man. So again, we're going to go into slavery in the Bible. A lot of people don't know that slavery is in the Bible, man. In the Bible, the Lord said what? He put curses on our people. You know, we're going to go through the whole book of Deuteronomy 28, man. I show you that curses came on our people and that these curses will show who the real Jews are. These curses will show who the real Israelites are. And them curses don't indicate that it's those people that's fighting for the land right now. You're going to find out that the real Jews are blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, man. You know what I mean? Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, we are the real Jews according to history, according to archaeology, according to geography, you know, according to our spirit, man. And guess what? More than anything, according to the Bible, man. So I'm going to get that first in the Bible. And I'm gonna show you that the man fighting for the land, he ain't the real Jew, man. In fact, I'm gonna go there first, man. Any questions, make sure you type them in. Shalom to everyone in the chat. This is Revelations 2:9, and it reads, I know thy works and tribulation and poverty. Like, this is the Lord speaking to us, man. The Lord, he knows how hard we work, man. This is the Lord speaking to the real Jews, which are blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. And this is proof that he's talking to us. The Lord said we're poor, and we're poor. The Lord said, I know your tribulations, man. And we go through tribulations, man. We go through trials, man. It's a task for us to get a job. An oppressor, what he does, he gets his credentials, gets his certificates, and goes for a job, man. And nine times out of 10, he gets it, man. For us to get a low-paid job, we fight for it, man. Cross our fingers, sit on the edge of our chair, man. Wait by the phone, man. That's our tribulations, just to get a job, man. Just to get a low-paid, rubbish job as that, man. Sit on the edge of our seat and pray and hope we get pray and hope that we get a job to stack shelves, man. That's what we go through. That's our tribulation, our trials, man. Our children come home and say the police harassed them. Our kids come home and say the police are stopping and frisking them, man. That's the trials and tribulations we go through, man. And the Lord said, I know your poverty. Proving that what? This is us, man. This ain't that so-called Jewish man. It's luck, yeah. Because the so-called Jewish man ain't poor, man. You got one of the baddest armies on the face of the earth, man. You didn't watch On the Ends. On the Ends, Captain Parasha brought out, he got something called the Iron Dome, man. Something called the Iron Dome where any missile that flies towards him, it blows up in the sky, man. He got a dome, a see-through dome around him, just like in the movies, man. Just like in the cartoons, man. Just like in the computer games, this man got a dome around him that anything that hits the dome blows up, man. Black man, we ain't got that. We sure could have had one of those when the police came to kill Mark Duggan, man. We sure could have had one of those when the police shot Sherry Gross, man. Sherry Gross needed an Iron Dome, man. Mark Duggan and Rashawn Charles need the Iron Dome. So did Jermaine Baker, man. Jermaine Baker needed one of those. I needed one of those when the police used to stop and frisk me, man. But they used to stop and frisk us, man. You know what I mean? The Windrush generation needed an Iron Dome, man. That's, you know, it's not talking about those in Jerusalem right now, man, because they're rich, man. They ain't poor, man. They ain't got tribulations, man. The so-called Jewish man's won every war that he's been in, including the 7-day war against the Palestinians, man. What tribulations and trials does he go through, man? How is he poor? The Lord said, I know the poverty of the real Jews, man. I know the tribulation of the real Jews, man. What poverty does he go through, man? He got his own community. He owns Stamford Hill, man. They own the Diamond District, man. They own the entertainment industry. They own Warner Brothers, man. How are they poor? Well, black man, this ain't talking about them. That's the thing, man. God's talking about the real Jews, man. And the real Jews are the ones that are poor, man. The real Jews are the ones that get deported by Theresa May and the secretary, man. Get deported by Preeti Patel, man. And her Home Office, her crooked Home Office secretary, man. The real Jews come to this country and build it up from the ground up, man. Then get told to go home. That's their tribulations, man. The real Jews die by the hands of the police, man. The real Jews are poor, living in areas like Handsworth and Newtown, man. And Hockley and Neachels, man. That's who the real Jews are. It's not them people with the black hat, man, that live in Stamford Hill, man. That live in the Diamond District, man. That live in Israel right now, man. It's you, black man. Living on the park bench, man. Living in a council estate, man. Living in a council flat, man. Living in a 1-bedroom apartment, man. Living in the ends, man. You are the real Jews. And I poverty. And I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews, but are not. And the Lord said, listen, I know how hard you work, man. I've seen it, how hard you are, black man, how hard you work, how poor you are, and how no one is for you, man. And I also see the blasphemy of them that say they are Jews, man. And who's them people that say they are Jews? That's the so-called Jewish man. As a whole, black people we don't say we're Jews. Only us at the I.S.U.P.K. Why? Because we're the ones, we're the prophets, man, who the Lord gave his secrets to. But the rest of our people don't know that we're the real Jews, man. They think they're just black. They think we're just black British, man. We think we're Afro-Caribbean, man. We don't know that we are Jews. Who's the man calling himself a Jew today in 2021, man? The so-called Jewish man. The man fighting for the land of Palestine, man. And the Lord said that is blasphemy. That's a lie, man. The Lord said, I know the blasphemy of them that say they are Jews, man. That man calling himself you black, man, that's blasphemy. It's a lie to say that you're something you're not, man. And are not. See, the Lord said they call themselves Jews and they're not Jews, man. They are not the real Jews, man. The real Jews are black people, Hispanic people, Native Indian people, man. I'm about to prove it with no shadow of a doubt, man. The real Jews ain't them over there that want to go back to the land, man. Those that they don't even speak Hebrew, man. They don't even speak real Hebrew. They speak some next type of dialect called Yiddish, man. Some next dialect with vowels and U's, and they call it Jerusalem. When the Bible dictionary says what? The real Hebrew had no vowels in there, man. So how can you get Jerusalem and Shalom and all that garbage there, man? They aren't the real Jews. The real Jews are you, black man. Everything. This whole Bible is a black man's book, man. This whole Bible, when you read it, it sounds like how black people live, man. You know what I mean? How Christ talks is how black people talk today, man. How the prophets talk is how black men talk today. How God talks is the same way how black people talk today. But are the synagogue of Satan. And the Lord said that them people that call themselves Jews are the synagogue of Satan, man. Synagogue means house, chief house. They're the top house of Satan, man. And if anyone thinks that this is what they call it, anti-Semitism, it's not, man. They are the chief house of Satan, man. Who pushes all the pornography, man? The so-called Jewish man, the so-called Jews, like, yeah. Who pushes who robs black people in the entertainment industry, man? The Jews, man. Who owns 90% of the world's wealth, man? The Jewish man. Who funds all these wars, man? The Jewish man. They do it, man. They are the chief house of Satan, man. They ain't the real Jews, man. The land that they're fighting for is yours, black man. And they're able to fight for your land. Why? Because you're too busy getting high, man. You're too busy trying to get a record deal, man. You're too busy chasing these whores, man. You're too busy trying to get a BMW, Meanwhile, while you're doing that, while you're too busy on drugs, while you're on the park bench, while you're gangbanging, a man is able to take your land, man. A man is able to snake his way in there and say that he's you, man. But you're too busy thinking that you're Afro-Caribbean. A man says, well, I guess I'll call myself a Jew. I guess I can call myself a Jew because, listen, he's too busy being Afro-Caribbean, man. He don't want to be a Jew, therefore I'll take it. I'll take it. He wants to take this rich history, man. This rich history, man. Read the Bible, man. The history in there is rich. And guess what, black man? The history in the Bible is all yours, man. All that rich history is yours, man. When you read about Samson, a strong man killing a whole army with a jawbone of an ass, that's your history, man. When you hear about how beautiful King Solomon made the temple, that's your history, man. When you hear about King Solomon, the wisest man on the face of the earth, that's your history, man. When you read about beautiful women like Ruth and Esther and, Naomi, this is your history, man. And this bastard took your history and called it his own, man. But really, his history is being what? A caveman. His history is being a Neanderthal, man. His history is hitting women over the head with clubs and raping them, man. And being hairy from head to toe, man. And living in the cave and grunting and making noises. Meanwhile, black man, you got the rich history, man. Black man, we're the written language before any other nation, man. We had books before any other nation, man. We had a nice land, a nice civilization, nice rules of cleanliness, rules of how to live. We had a court system when this man was eating fleas, man. And now he got the nerve to say black people are scum. Meanwhile, he calls himself the real Jews, man. He calls himself the real Jews, man, and takes claim to all this good history, man. He says the court system was his history. He said the law on, eating clean food was his history, man. He's saying how, the law on cleanliness, how to separate from a woman for 7 days. Oh, that's him. When that ain't him, man. That ain't him, black man. That is you, man. He said all this righteous, just that famous story about Solomon, where the two women was fighting over the baby, man. And King Solomon used his intellect and said, listen, let's cut this baby in half, man. A famous story that they even teach in schools, man. The famous story of Noah and the ark and all them good stories there, man. Or not even stories because they happened, man. All that good information that he says, yo, that's us, man. That was me. When really, that's not his history, man. He got his history. He ain't got a righteous history like you do. His history is a history of stealing, man. And robbing and killing, man. How do you think he got America, man? By killing and breaking all his peace treaties with the Native American Indians, man. His history is nothing like yours, man. Ain't nowhere near righteous like yours, man. In our land, we had a law of what we could eat. We had a law on cleanliness, man. We didn't have plagues, man. His history is a history full of plagues, man. Read about the Great Plague of London, man. In 1666, man. Read about the bubonic plague, the Black Death, man. We didn't have that in our land. Why? Because we was clean. Not him, though. Yeah, the Black Plague, the bubonic plague, the Great Fire of London saved them, man. There was fleas on the rats in London that was making people get smallpox. And when the Great Fire of London happened, it burned all the rats with the fleas, man. And did him a favor. Watch movies like Oliver Twist, man. How in London London was messy, man. They had buckets of feces that they were throwing out of windows, man. They weren't wise, man. We were the wise ones. And guess what? They've told lies on our history and their history. We've literally swapped histories with them, man. They said that we was in a jungle somewhere swinging from a branch, and they came and civilized us, man. When we civilized them, they got their hands on our book and we civilized them, man. They took our book and put it in their courthouses, man. Stole our court system, stole our laws on how to be clean, man. Stole our laws on how to quarantine. Right about now, through the whole COVID-19 situation, the white man had something called quarantine, man. And where did that come from? The Bible, man. Quarantine came from the Bible. When a man had leprosy, you shut that man up for 7 days. And then you go and give him a follow-up appointment, man. And if that man wasn't clean again in 7 days, you shut him up again. And we had that. Meanwhile, they was in the caves, man. They was in the caves eating raw meat, man. Which they still eat today. They still eat raw meat today, man. It's called a blue steak. It's called a blue steak, man. It's like, yeah. I know thy works and thy tribulations and poverty, but thou art rich. And I know the blasphemy of them that say they are Jews and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan. And that's what this man is, man. Black man, you are the righteous ones, but the problem is we've been in oppression so long, we don't know that we're righteous no more, man. This man has told lies upon lies upon lies. You know what I mean? Let me get that picture real quick. Any questions? Just make sure you type them in, man. This is John 8:44. This is the book of John 8 and verse 44. And it reads, "Ye are of your father the devil." So this was Christ speaking to the black leaders at that time, man. And Christ, you know how black men are slick with their words, man. You know what I mean? Christ called them the devil. You know what I mean? Christ saying, you know what, you're just like them Romans, man. You know, Christ said, listen, the white man's your dad. You know what? You're just like your father, the devil, man. Christ called the white man the devil. And Christ saying to our leaders at that time, you know what? You're just like them Romans, man. You're just like your father, man. You're just like the man that rules over you. Like today, what black people call coons today, man. So yeah, go die for your oppressor, man. Go die for your master. Go die for your daddy. Go die for your daddy, man. That's what Christ saying to these black leaders at the time. Why? Because the black leaders were acting just like the Romans, man. Acting just like the Romans, just like what David Lammy, who's the leader of black people, acts just like the oppressors, man. Acts just like the oppressors, man. Well, it's time black people get over slavery. It's time black people just become one with our enemies, man. It's time to just integrate and all be one, man. Slavery was a long time ago. That's something the oppressor would say, man. And David Lammy is acting just like his father, the oppressor, man. And Christ was having the same fight with black leaders back then. Ye are of your father, the devil, and the lust of your father ye will do. And the lust is a desire that you like, man. And because you're of your father, he was the oppressor, the things that he wants, you execute, man. The oppressor wants black people to forget about slavery. So what does David Lammy do? Tell all black people to forget about slavery, man. The oppressor wants black people to not revolt, not look for a land of your own, just be happy to work in England, and, you know, just get down with the program, just work hard, get yourself a pension one day, and teach your kids to do the same thing. And what does David Lammy do? The same thing, man. He don't tell black people to do better. He don't tell black people to get a country of their own. He tells black people to be what? Good British citizens, man. This is Britain's a good country, and we got a right to stay here, man. Everything that his father wants him to do, he teaches, man. He pushes. He wants also. He don't want black people to be against white people and Chinese and what I think for their own. He wants black people to integrate and be happy and just, be happy in this land, man. He was a murderer from the beginning. And look what Christ called this oppressor. He calls this oppressor a murderer from the beginning, man. A murderer from the beginning. That's what he is, man. Salakia, man. Anyone who's angry and don't like what I'm saying, and listen, his record speaks for itself, man. Don't be angry with me. Look at his record, man. He went to North America and killed the Red Indians, man. People that made peace treaties with him and did nothing to him, gave him land for him to stay when he don't deserve to be on that land. They gave him land for him to stay, man, and taught them how to survive the winter. They taught the pilgrims how to survive the winter, man. And what did they do? Kill them all, man. Put them onto reservations. You can't tell me he's not a murderer, man. Then he went to Australia and killed all the Aborigines, man. And now he owns the island himself. And the real Aborigines that live in Australia, they are second-class citizens, man. They are minorities in their own country, man. Then he went to South Africa, man, and killed all the Africans down there and called himself South African. If you watch the Olympics, you see a white man running for South Africa, man. Nelson Mandela wanted to fight for his own country, and this man put him in jail, man, in his own country. Imagine that. Imagine that man puts you in jail in your own country. That's like me coming to your house and saying, listen, you're not going to eat up all my food, man. You're not going to use up all my gas and electric, and you lock me up in my own house in the basement. You're not going to tell me this man no murderer, man. What other country do you go to, man? We're through all over the globe, man. Then he's Spanish The oppressor who's Spanish went to Puerto Rico and killed the Taino Indians, man. Went to Mexico, man, and killed the Indians, man. Went to Cuba, went to Venezuela, went to Honduras, and killed all them good brothers, man. And put them on slave ships and brought them back to Spain, man. We got the history, man. We got the history. Don't tell me this man is no murderer. Don't get vexed with me when I call this man a murderer, man. His record speaks for itself, man. And the French too. The French are also oppressors also, man. Don't forget about the French. The French went to Haiti and killed the brothers in Haiti, man. There's history about the French. When you think about the French, you think about French bread. You think about cafe. The word cafe means coffee in French, man. And you think, oh, the French are so lovely and nice and adorable people and the coffee and it's so romantic. They weren't romantic to us. The French had black people on the sugar cane fields, man, muzzled. They would muzzle a black man. They'll put a muzzle on his face and padlock it at the back, man. Why? Black people's job was to cut cane, and they didn't want black people to even bite one stick of cane, man. They wanted every single penny that they could make from sugar. And meanwhile, black man, while you was hungry, working for free, they didn't want you to take one bite of that cane, man. So they muzzled your face. They put a muzzle on black people like we're some animal, man. Muzzled us because they didn't want us to bite into their pockets, man. To take a penny out of their pockets, man. After a long day of swinging a machete in the hot sun with the sun on your back, man, thirsty and dehydrated, then you couldn't even bite a stick of cane, man. And guess what? The French did that. The loving French did that, man. Yes, the French with the Eiffel Tower and the French bread and the coffee. You know, they speak all nice and, you know, got them fancy words that all the women love with the French chocolate and, you know, it sounds so nice and, you know, the sound all nice and romantic. Them same romantic French people kill black people, man. Kill black people. The brothers in the island of Guadeloupe, man. And how do you think they speak French? Because French people whipped their back and taught them French, man. The brothers in Haiti speak French. How do you think they speak French, man? Because they're murdering French. The oppressors that the Bible calls a murderer from the beginning whipped their back and taught them French, man. That's why they speak French. Don't tell me about now in 2021, they want to act all romantic. Want to act all nice. Speak all good and speak that French lingo, man. They were murderers, man. They are murderers, man. It's like a question. Shalom, sir, could you tell me what scripture relates with what's happening in Israel? So like we're going to get there in a second. We'll definitely get there. That's the class. You know what I mean? Shalom, Mad Banyam. I believe I had a question for me last week that I missed. If you could repost that, we'll get into that as well. So he goes, he was a murderer from the beginning and abode not in the truth because there is no truth in him. Oh, come on, man. You're not going to tell me this ain't, you know, this ain't about our oppressors, man. What man's a murderer and a liar, man? The Bible says there's no truth in him. He's a liar, man. In India, what color is Christ? White. In China, what color is Christ? White, man. I've never seen a Chinese depiction of Christ or an African depiction of Christ, but I see a white one all over the globe. This man is a global liar, man. A global liar, man. Went and killed the Native American Indians, man, from the tribe of Gad, and then calls it his country. Called the United States of America, man. Mexico and what you call USA today was one landmass, man. One landmass. Them people are the same people. And this man killed the natives and then makes a border by Mexico and then calls the Mexicans illegal immigrants, man. When that was their land, man. That was their land long before you even got there. Has something called ICE. Something called ICE. ICE is like immigration of America, man. The immigration team, and they go out there hunting Mexicans that want a better life and sending them back to Mexico, who are for the tribe of I.S.U.P.K, man. Donald Trump talking about let's make a wall and the Mexicans are rapists. We gotta get them out of our land. You wanna know who the real rapists are? Donald Trump's people, man, that went to America and raped the Taino Indians, man. Raped the Native American Indians, Salakia, man. That's the real criminals. Talking about let's get the criminals out of our land. There's someone doing the killing and the rapists, and it's the Mexicans. It's your people, man. Your people were the criminals before the Mexicans, man. It was criminals like you in the first place that stole the island. A criminal steals, a criminal kills, man. And guess what? Your forefathers stole the land and killed the people that lived in the land before them, man. That's a real criminal, man. Got the nerve to talk about let's get rid of these Let's get rid of these Mexicans, man, because they're criminals, man. Slovakia, how can I forget, man? How can I forget Slovakia, my man? Slovakia, and the Dutch oppressor as well, man. The Dutch ain't getting away with this. You know what I mean? The Dutch, like, when you think about slavery, you think about the British, man. You think about the Spanish, you think about the French, but you always seem to forget about the Dutch, man. The Dutch got people from what, Cape Verde, man, and killed them, brought them to the island of Cape Verde and killed black people, man. Got black people from Suriname and brought black people to Suriname and killed them, man. Took black people to Aruba, man, and Curacao. All these islands here, man, the Dutch too, they gotta get theirs, man. Everybody wants to go to Netherlands, have a good weekend, man, and go to a cafe and go to the red light district. They think that, oh, the Dutch are such nice people. They ain't, man. The Dutch is the reason why brothers from Curacao, man, are speaking Dutch, man. Is why people in the reason why people in Suriname are speaking their language, man. The Dutch were murderers also, man. Liars also, man. Killers also, man. Just 1 second. So brother asks, yes, sir, how every eye will see, how shall I come back? Let me read it for you. The Revelations. One moment. So the brother asks, how is every eye gonna see Yahushai? I'm gonna let you know. This is Revelation 1 and 7. This is how every eye will see Yahushai. Behold, he cometh with his clouds, and every eye shall see him. And that's how everyone will see Yahushai, man. Yahushai ain't coming back in a limousine, man. He ain't coming back in one car. He's coming from the heavens, man. You look up and you're gonna see the sky dark, dark with angels and chariots, man. When they say they come with clouds, the clouds they're talking about is UFOs, man. What you call today UFOs. If anyone's seen the movie Independence Day, the UFOs are big, man. One UFO will make the whole sky dark and black. And imagine Christ coming back with 100 million of those, man. The Bible says it coming back with 100 million angels. Imagine that. Imagine 100 million angels just flying down to earth, man. The whole the whole sky was dark, man. Everyone looking like, what's that? What's that? In China, Japan, Asia, the whole kind of Africa. Everyone looking like, what the hell is that? That's how Christ coming back. Christ is making an entrance, man. That's how Yahushua is coming. He's not coming back, by himself. He's coming back with an army full of angels. What? To fight, man. Christ come back to fight. Why? Because Christ ain't happy. You got black people dying in your ghettos, man. That's why Christ will come back angry. What Christians think that Christ is coming back to kiss everyone and hug everyone, man. What has Christ got to be happy about, man? When black people are dying in the ghettos, man. When black people are dying of oppression. When black people are dying of drugs, man. What has he got to be happy about, man? And that's why every eye shall see him. That's how every eye shall see him. Because Christ is making an entrance, man. With loud noise, thunderings, dark clouds, chariots. Just like in the movies, man. Christ is a black man. And let me tell you something. Black people like to make an entrance, man. Black people like to make an entrance. We don't pull up at the club, all quiet, man. We pull up at the club making the most noise, man. With the biggest chain swinging, man. With a nice car outside, man. That's how we pull up, man. Let me see if we can get a picture of how Christ's going to be turned, man. If anyone's seen the movie Independence Day, I'm going to give you a little clip of how this will look like, man. And look at that, man. On the right-hand side, you see New York. Look at these big skyscrapers, man. If you was walking in Manhattan, for you to get 2 blocks, man, would take about half an hour. And look at this, all those blocks and roads that take long to walk, man, that take long to drive. Guess what? There's UFOs covering all of that, man. That's probably the whole city of New York is covered by one chariot, man. Imagine 100 million of those that's surrounding the earth, man. You can't help but see Christ and his on his return. You can't help but see Christ and his army, man. It's just dark, blocking out any piece of sunlight. That's how Yahushua is coming back. And that's why it says every eye shall see him, man. Black people got radio. A sister said black people got the radio station on max all the time. It's true, man. Black people like to make a scene, so lucky. I don't know what it is. Black people like to make an entrance, man. Just like in the movies. In the movies, the hero makes an entrance, man. The hero comes riding in on a white horse and saves the day. And same with Yahushua, man. He's coming to ride in and save the day, man. When you think it's too late, when you think, coronavirus are gonna kill you, and the oppressor's too strong, and we will never get out of slavery, and that's when your hero comes, black man. You got a hero, man, that fights for you. That's when he comes on his white horse, man, and makes an entrance, man. And that's why I mean by every eye shall see him. Let me see any more on that. Rose at 2 and let me get one more real quick. Isaiah 31 and 5. Isaiah 31 and 5. As birds flying, so will the Lord of hosts defend Jerusalem. There you go again. It says the same way how birds fly. How do birds fly? In the air, man. Just like how birds fly, the same way the Lord's going to save us. The Lord's going to save us from where? From the sky, man. From the sky, the Lord's making an entrance, man. The Lord meaning Yahushua in this context, man. The Lord means king. In this case, I'm talking about the king of every black, Hispanic, and Native Indian, man. The Lord's come from the sky to save us, man. You ever seen the movie Private Ryan when they jump from the helicopter and save Private Ryan? The Lord saving us the same way from the sky, man. The white man's gonna have all these airplanes and all these drones and all these fighter jets, man. And the Lord's gonna have his UFOs also, and they're gonna fight it out, man. Guess what? The Lord's going to win, man. Yahushua is going to win. He said it's gonna take 1 hour for him to destroy our oppressors, man. It won't take that long. All the satellites and drones is coming down in 1 hour. Just 1 second. There you go. The brother saying, if you're in one part of the earth, how can you see the next part of the earth? Because what you don't understand is these angels are going to surround the whole earth, man. Christ's army. Listen, that was one UFO that covered the city of New York, man. Imagine 100 million of those. Christ said, what? It comes with legions of angels, man. Christ said it comes, I think legion is like, 1,000 or something like that. And said it comes with legions upon legions of angels. And when you calculate that, it counts up to 100 million angels, man. Christ ain't coming just to defeat one part of the globe. He come to conquer the whole globe, man. That's where the Bible goes. Every eye shall see him. He's coming to cover he's going to surround the whole planet, man. Why? Because there's black people in China. How is the Lord going to save his people from out of all nations if he just goes to one hemisphere of the earth, man? If he just goes to one side of the earth, he's going to all of them. The Lord said he's going to save his people out of all the lands, man. So black people have been scattered all over the earth, man. And the Lord's come to save us from all those lands. And how can he do that if he's just in one hemisphere? He's going all over the globe. And guess what? When he goes all over the globe, he's going to get black people from China, get black people from Pakistan, get black people from England, get black people wherever he scattered them all over the earth, man. And you only can do that when you go over the whole earth, man. You know what I mean? So like, let me get real quick. slack. Okay, if Isaiah. Isaiah 11:11, which proves that the Lord ain't gonna come from the sky in one direction, man. It's flying all over, man. This is how every eye shall see him, man. Even the Chinese eyes. And it shall come to pass in that day, the Lord shall set his hand a second time to recover the remnant of his people. So the Lord's gonna come and save the remnant of his people, man. The remnant is the remains. Not all of them, not all of us, but the remnant, man. Why? Because some of our people still want to get high, man. Some of our people still want to smoke weed. Some of our people still want to shoot people. Some of our women still want to be whores and get tattoos on their lower back. Hence why the Lord ain't saving everybody, man. Just a remnant, just a small group of people that are sick of what's going on in society. The small percentage of our people that is sick of the sexual deviancy, man. The small remnant of our people that is sick of Christmas and Easter, man. And that's a remnant. That's a small number of people. Remnant comes from the root word, which means remains, man. Just the remaining, not everybody. And the Lord, Sakya, and it shall come to pass that the Lord shall set his hand again the second time to recover the remnant of his people, which shall be left from Assyria and Egypt and Paphras and Cush and Elam and Shinar and Hamath and the islands of the sea. And how can the Lord do that, man? If it's only coming from the direction of America, he can't do that. He has to be all over, man. That's where he's going all over. And when he goes all over, he's going to pick up all of his people, man. Not all of them, though. Just the ones that want to change their life. Just one moment. Just bear me 1 second. Lucky, how much?
Shalom, YAHANNA.
What going good?
What you saying, man? What verse you at?
Isaiah 11:11.
One second, let me pull it. It's been a long time since I used the small but app. Give me 1 second. Can you hear me clear? Because I'm on phone.
Yeah.
Oh, you can hear me. All right, then. 1 second.
What's your first stream I'd use?
First one.
11.
So, okay, 1 second. Let me just find the right app. All right, the book of Isaiah, chapter 11 and verse 11. And it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall set his hand again the second time to recover the remnant of his people, which shall be left from Assyria.
There you go, man. So the black people in Assyria, how will the Lord save them? He's gonna go to he's gonna send his angels to go to Assyria and save them. Keep it in.
And from Egypt.
And from Egypt, man. That same Egypt that all them Arabs are right now, man. The same Egypt that black people want to go to see the pyramids, man. The Lord gonna save us from there as well. And how is he gonna do it? By going there and getting us, man. Keep it in.
And from Cush. And from Elam.
I'm from Kush, man, from Ethiopia, man. Salakia. Some of them Rasta man needs to be saved from there, man. Salakia, man.
Right.
Need to be saved from all them flies and whatnot, man. The Lord's gonna go and save us from there. And how would he do it? By going there and getting us, man. Salakia Dangaba. Get me the one in Revelations. About are we ascended?
Salakia, say that again.
The one where it says we ascended.
We ascended up to heaven.
Can.
Give me 1 second. Let me see if I can find it. Revelations. Give me one. The book of Revelations, chapter 11 and verse 12. And they heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, come up hither.
And who's that? And this is talking about them same brothers, man, that was in Paphras, in Cush, that same remnant that ain't gonna be sinners no more, man. Them same remnant that ain't gonna be whores no more, man. Whatever land they're in, they're gonna hear a great voice saying, "Come up here, man. Keep it in."
And they ascended up to heaven in a
And these
cloud.
brothers, this remnant of blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, not all of us, not the drug dealer, not the gangbanger, not the crip, the blood, but brothers that change their lives, that small remnant are gonna ascend up into heaven, man. That's the angel taking them up, man. Why the Lord's gonna save them from the destruction to come, man. The Lord's gonna take them brothers up into them clouds, man, up into them chariots, man, up into them UFOs, man. Just like in the movies where a beam of light comes on them and they start to ascend, they start to rise into the sky, man. Keep it in.
And their enemies beheld them.
And the what?
Their enemies beheld them.
And their enemies beheld them, man. Our enemies looked at us like, "Rah, he's gone. Where's he going, man?" All the brothers that laughed at us when we was at camp laughed at us, man. We're gonna go up in the sky and leave them there to die, man. Salakia. And how's that gonna happen? Because the angels are gonna go get us, man. And they're gonna go get us if we're in China. They're gonna go get us if we're in Japan. They're gonna go get us if we're in Egypt. And that's what it means by every eye shall see Christ, man. Christ will come with the angels and going to every country. Therefore, everyone in them countries are gonna see the commotion, man. They're gonna see the flashing lights and to see the fast chariots, the zooming, the wind, the whole nine, the lights, the thunder, the smoke. And that's why every eye shall see us, man. It's lucky. One moment. One second. It's lucky. If you could read it again, Babu Shah.
And they heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, "Come up hither." And they ascended up to heaven in a cloud, and their enemies beheld them.
I remember it said Christ will come with his clouds, man. And every eye shall see him. And then it says we are going to ascend into where? Into clouds, man. We're going into them same clouds that Christ is coming with, man. To be safe. Keep it in.
And their enemies beheld them.
And our enemies beheld us, man. When it said every eye shall see Christ, that's talking about them enemies, man. He said every eye shall see Christ and those that pierced him. Those are Christ's enemies. Every eye shall see us, man. They're going to see us go into heaven. Like what I said, black people like to make a scene, man. Black people don't turn up at the club playing low music. We turn up at the club playing the loudest music, man. With the shiniest, longest swinging chain, man. With the best drip, man. Is that I think that's what the kids call it nowadays, talking about drip. They call it drip. They turn up with that drip, man. And that's just like Christ, man. Christ come to make a scene, man. You watch the movie Braveheart, they come through riding on white horses, man. You watch the movie 300, they come through riding on white horses, man. And Christ is the hero of blacks and Hispanic people. And he's coming in making the same type of entrance, man. The same type of commotion, man. Keep it in.
And the enemies beheld them, and the same hour was there a great earthquake.
And Christ saved us, man. Put us in them chariots, put us in them clouds, man. And in that same hour, man, came a great earthquake. And that's the nuclear bombs, man. Them same nuclear bombs you're seeing in Palestine right now. We're going to be safe while everybody else gets burnt to death, man. We're going to be safe while everybody else gets their skin burnt off their bones, man. We're going to be safe while everyone else's eyes melt in their holes, man. And guess what? We pray the I.S.U.P.K that all black people can be safe, man. But again, God said that only a remnant. But we pray that we pray hard that the Lord changes his mind, man. You know what I mean? There's fake Israelites out there talking about, yeah, man, you know what I mean? You niggas that ain't gonna listen, you're gonna be missile food, man. And that's not the spirit to be in, man. You're meant to pray for your brothers, man. You're meant to pray for your brothers. You know what I mean? What if you're going in them chariots, man, and you start to laugh at a brother, and then the Lord makes you come down out of them chariots, man? Imagine that. Imagine you're going up into the chariots, you think, you man gonna die. And then the Lord sees that you hate your brother, and then you start to descend, man. Listen, when you go up in them chariots and you start to ascend, you better be crying, man. Praying the Most High that he saves all your brothers, man. And this is what it means in the Bible. It says, 2 shall be in the field and 1 shall be taken away, man. Talking about this, the Lord is going to come and take his remnant. The Lord ain't taking all blacks, Hispanics. In the time of Egypt, the Lord took all of us, man. Took every last black and Hispanic and Native Indian. But in 2021 and in the future, the Lord's taking only those that love him, man. Only those that will obey him, man. Let me get you that real quick. Give me Jeremiah Babu Kushar.
What verse you want?
I think it's 2, you know. Yeah, 3 and 14.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 3 and verse 14. Turn, O backsliding children.
And the Lord saying to us, the Lord saying, turn, oh backsliding children. We are people backsliding, man. We're going backwards, man. We're not making progression. We're going backwards. How is it in the 60s? We didn't know who we were. We didn't know who we were. We called ourselves Afro-Caribbean. You'll think that in the future, we'll do better. And in 2021, we still don't know who we are. In fact, we've gone worse. We went from being black people, not knowing who we are, being Christian, to in 2021, being drug dealers, man. 2021, being whores, man. At least in the 60s, we didn't know who we were, but the man was in the house. In the 60s, we didn't know who we were, but women weren't whores, man. We're people, it's only right that you do better, but we're people that we do worse, man. We went from being bad to being worse. We went from being Christian to now drug dealing Christians, man. We went from being Christian to being Christians in jail, man. Christian to being now in 2021 homosexual Christian, man. Being Christian to now be whores who are also Christian with a cross around our neck. We are people at the Lord calls backsliding, man. Every other nation progresses. Every other nation comes to England with nothing and gets shops. And they end up getting houses and businesses and their own areas. Not us though, man. We're people that backslide. The Lord called us backsliding children. Keep reading.
Turn, O backsliding children, saith the Lord, for I am married unto you.
And the Lord's married unto us, man. You know what I mean? You know how a man got a contract with his wife? A woman belongs to a man. That woman can't have sex with nobody else but that man. Guess what? We got that same contract with the Lord, man. We can't serve nobody else but the Lord, man. We can't get down on our knees and pray to no one but the Lord, man. We can't wait for no one to save us but the Lord, man. But in 2021, we wait for Allah to save us. We wait for white Jesus to save us. We want, you know, we want to be Buddhist like Tina Turner. And, you know, imagine Tina Turner is a Buddhist and makes her like Buddha saved her from Ike, man. She makes her like, yeah, man, thanks to Buddha, you know what I mean? I'm no longer in an abusive relationship, man. When we're supposed to be married to the Lord, man. Keep it in.
And I will take you one of a city. And
what the Lord say?
I will take you one of a city.
And the Lord say, if you believe in me and you turn unto me or backsliding Israel, I'll take you one of a city. The Lord ain't taking every black and Hispanic, man. The Lord ain't taking every Benjamite, every Judite, every Issacharite, every Manassite, man. The Lord shall take you one of a city. And that's why the size of the church is the size it is. And the size of the UPK is the size it is, man. Because the Lord don't want every single person, man. The Lord don't want every hypocrite, man. Every last drug dealer. The Christian church wants every last drug dealer, wants every penny a drug dealer can offer him, man. Wants every whore in them choirs, man. The Christian church wants to fill out the church, man. They say, come as you are. God loves you as you are, man. Meanwhile, in the UPK, we love the people that love God only, man. And that's why our numbers compared to their numbers is very, very small, man. That's why they got a mega church, man, and we got a school. That's why they have a helicopter and we have a little camp van, man. That's why they have millions in their bank and we don't, man. Because the Lord's taking one of a city, meaning not much. Imagine a city like Birmingham got what? A population of 2 million, man. And the Lord say taking one from a city, man. This ain't literal. The point he's making is saying he's not taking everybody. He's taking a few. That's the point he's making. We done?
And I will take you one of a city and two of a family.
And two of a family, man. One of a city, two of a family. Imagine a big family, man. And there's two people going to find the truth. And it don't mean it's actually two people. It don't mean it's 1, 2. That's it. No one else, man. This means not everybody, man. The time of Egypt, guess what? Everybody got saved, man. Everyone did, the believer with the non-believer. In the time of Egypt, everyone got saved. The non-believing Israelites got saved. I had to die afterwards, man. Had to die afterwards in the wilderness. The Lord ain't doing that this time. This time the Lord's saving the brothers that believe on him, man. The brothers in the UPK, man. The brothers that made an oath to put down sin. Made an oath to put down black on black crime, man. And postcode wars and stabbing brothers and whoring and all types of narcissists, man. That's what the Lord's saving. Keep it in.
And I will bring you to Zion.
I bring you to where?
Zion.
And there you go. There goes my topic right there, man. The Lord gonna bring us back to our land, man. Why? Because at the moment we're not in our land. Then people that say they're in Jerusalem, they are not the people of the land, man. They're fighting for something that don't belong to them. That land doesn't belong to that land belongs to black, Hispanics, and Native Indians, man. Now, if you're a black man, are you supposed to go to Zion right now? Are you supposed to go to Israel right now? No, you're not, man. Why are you not supposed to go to Zion right now? Because black people are not there, man. You're supposed to go to the ghettos, the favelas, the shanty towns, man, the ends, the bits Why? Because black people are there, and our job is to get black people out of oppression, man. To get black people from stop selling drugs, man. Stop killing each other. That's our job right now, man. So if you're a black man, you're not supposed to go back to the land like them brothers from that Chicago group, man, who got deported just the other day. That's the Lord teach them, like, listen, you're not supposed to be back there right now, man. The Lord said he will bring us back in the land, man. The Lord didn't say go get a passport, man. The Lord didn't say go beg the white man for citizenship of your own country. Imagine that you get some cult together and fly out there to Chicago, fly out there from Chicago to Israel and beg them for citizenship, man. And the oppressor said, listen, to get citizenship, you gotta fight in our army, man. When you're born a citizen of that country in the first place, man. You're in the oppressor's army fighting the Palestinians, man. When this ain't your war, let them fight and die in their war, man. And when Christ come back, that country is yours for the taking. Let them both kill each other over that land, and let them kill each other, man. And when they're both dead, you come back and take that land, man. Read that again, Baba Kushar.
And turn, O backsliding children, saith the Lord, for I am married unto you, and I will take you one of a city and two of a family, and I will bring you to Zion, and I will give you pastors according to mine heart.
And the Lord said, I will bring you to Zion, man. Don't go over there and get no passport, man. Don't try to go over there and get no citizenship, man. Don't beg no oppressor. Can I get citizenship, please? And after all that, the oppressor deports you anyway, man. These men are going right back to Chicago, man. Why? Because they tried to escape the curses, man. They thought, oh, Chicago's rough, man. I'm not trying to be out there with King Von and them 63rd niggas. I'm trying to go to Zion, man. And guess where they ended up? Right back there, man. The Bible said these curses would chase you, man. You can't escape these curses. Where you think you're going, man? You better go back to Chicago, man. You better fall. And when you land in Chicago, you better contact Captain Mara Quad, man, and become a trooper in the Chicago school, man. Teach more black people to change their life, man. That's what you need to do. About going to Israel, the white man deported you right back, man. Give me Genesis 15, 15 and 18, Baba Kushar.
No, sir. The book of Genesis, chapter 15 and verse 18. In that same day, the Lord made a covenant with Abram.
So give me a verse before. Give me 16, Baba Kushar.
Genesis chapter 15 and verse 16. But in the fourth generation, they shall come hither again, for the iniquity of the Amorites is not yet full. And it came to pass.
So what happened was, before we had our land, other nations lived in our land, man. Just like today, other nations are living in our land. And the Lord's going to do to the people living on our land right now the same thing he did in the past with the people that were living in our land. The Lord killed them, man. Killed them all, man, and let us take the land. At this time, Amorites and Canaanites were living in our land, man. And the Lord told Abraham, listen, one day I'm going to give you this land, but not right now. Because when people in our land, their sin hasn't reached heaven yet, man. When it gets high enough, I'll let you know when to take them out. Keep it in.
But in the fourth generation, they shall come hither again, for the iniquity of the Amorites is not yet full. And it came to pass that when the sun went down and it was dark, behold, a smoking furnace and a burning lamp that passed between those pieces. In the same day, the Lord made a covenant with Abram.
And that same day, man, the Lord said, listen, you're going to kill the Amorites, man. I'm going to give the land to you, man. In that same day, the Lord said that. The Lord also said this to Abraham. Keep it in.
In the same day, the Lord made a covenant with Abram, saying, unto thy seed have I given this land.
And the Lord said, unto your seed, unto your children, I've given this land. How dare they fight for something that ain't theirs? God gave us this land, man. God said, unto your children, I will give you this land. This land belongs to black people, man. Hispanics and Native Indians, man. So you think about that, black man, next time you're fighting for some corner, man. You think about that next time you're fighting for England, man. You got your own land, man. Fighting for a corner that you don't even own, man. When the Lord gave a land to you, and guess what? The Lord promised this land in the book of Genesis, man. This land was yours before it was even yours, man. You know how your father buys a house and he puts the will in your name, and that house is yours before it's even yours. While you're in a swing, Shalom,
Shalom,
yeah, man. And when you're a child, man, and that house one day is gonna be your house. While you're on the swing, while you're on the roundabout, while you're eating sweets, man. Little do you know that, listen, one day this house will be mine. And that's you, black man. When you was in the womb, man, when you was before you was even born, man, you had a land that you didn't even know it was yours, man. The Lord promised you a land long before you was in existence, man. and how he promised our forefather Abraham that this land will be yours long before we was even born. Keep it in.
And it came to pass that when in the same day the Lord made a covenant with Abram, saying, unto thy seed have I given this land, from the river of Egypt unto the great river, the river Euphrates.
And that's how long our land stretches. They try to lie to us and say, nah, Israel's this little piece of land here in the Middle East. That's a lie, man. That's a lie, man. Black man, listen, the laws are landed from the river Euphrates all the way past Egypt, man. That's the real land of Israel. Ain't no little piece on the map, man. That's our real land. Guess what they call that guess what they call that in geography? They call it the Fertile Crescent, man. The Fertile Crescent. Black man, our land is a Fertile Crescent, man. Where the best water is, the best land is, man. The best beaches are, man. That's our land. Your land ain't Handsworth, man. It's not Moss Side, man. It's not Brixton. There's us fight. We're fighting for friggin' council estates, man. How is it we're fighting for it? We're fighting for an area with no water, man, with no heating. We're fighting for we're fighting for areas that have 1-bedroom flats in there, man. Fighting for areas with a pissy elevator in there, man. An elevator don't even work, and we fight for that with our whole heart, man. How about we fight for this land, man? The Fertile Crescent, man, where things grow, man. How about we fight for that, man? Fighting for a land that's disgusting in the first place. Fighting for an area, man. A 5-mile radius, man, with pissy elevators, man, and pissy alleyways, man, and drug addicts running around everywhere, and police on patrol every 2 minutes, man. Allow that, man. They can have that, man. I want the land the Lord promised my father, man. The Fertile Crescent, man. The Fertile Crescent, my own land, my own language. You know what I mean? My own, you know what I mean? My own vegetation, my own currency. That's what I want, man. You can fight. You can fight for my side if you want, but Salaki, man, the Lord got something great for me. And it's a promise to me, man. It was promised to me long before I was even born. Keep it in.
Unto thy seed have I given this land, from the river of Egypt unto the great river, the river Euphrates.
And look at that, man. We got our own land. Like what Dangobar brought out on the ends, man. One black woman who was being oppressed in England. Her son's been called black kitty this and black that, and and she's talking about, I want to go back to Barbados, man. Listen, little does she know she got her own land, man. Little does she know you don't go to Barbados, man. Barbados ain't even run by black people. There's also white people in Barbados also, man. Guess what? God promised us our own land, man. Not one white person will be in sight, man. Not one Chinese person will be there to rob us, man. There won't be one Indian man shop selling us anything, man. There won't be no Chinese shops selling us Chinese, man. You want to go to news agents, there won't be no East Indian, man. Black man, if you want to curry, there won't be no East Indian, man. It'll be black people only. You can send your kids to school and don't worry about your kids being come home saying, oh, I'm black. Someone said I can't play with them. Because we're going to have our own land that the Lord promised to us, man.
That's right.
Black lawyers, a black man in 10 Downing Street, a black man in the House of Parliament, Commons, Laws, a black mayor, a black politicians, black MPs, black prime minister, black teachers, black lawyers, black barristers, the whole nine, man. You ain't got to worry about your kids saying, Mom, I'm too black to play with these other kids, man. That shit won't happen, man. Keep it in.
Cool.
The rest of it, just list the Hamite nations. You want that part?
Yeah, Baba Kushar.
All right, the Kenites and the Kenizzites and the Cadmonites and the Hittites.
And look at this, man. Listen, the same way there's people in our land right now, those people in our land back then. And what happened, man? We took them out, man. The Lord got rid of them. So, black man, don't be disheartened when you see people in our land, man. Don't be disheartened when you see, but the white man's in our land, the Palestinians in our land, and they're stronger than us. They're strong. Listen, back in the time of Abraham, there was Africans in our land back then, and they were stronger than us also. They was more than us also. They had numbers, man. And what happened to them? They all got wiped out, man. And likewise with the Palestinian, he's more than us, stronger than us, and he's gonna go, man. Likewise with the Zionists. The Zionists got the Iron Dome, and the Iron Dome, the carpet bomb, the nuclear bomb, the atom bomb, and they're more than us and more powerful than us, man. They got the Iron Dome. What do we have? Crack cocaine. They have nuclear missiles. What do we have? Crack cocaine, man. They have tanks and missiles, and what do we have? Gucci belts and blunts and spliffs, man. They're more than us and mightier than us, and guess what? The Lord's still gonna get rid of them, man. The God we serve is mightier than their God, man. Any more on that?
Just the rest of the Hamite nations, if you want them.
Nah, no sweat. So okay, give me Joel 3 and 2.
Come on, Coxon.
Barbara Shaw.
Joel 3 and 2, sir.
Khan.
Yeah. Joel 3 verse 2. I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat.
Look what the Lord saying, man. The Lord saying he's going to get all nations and bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat, man. The word Jehoshaphat means decision. The Lord's going to gather all these nations together, what? So they can fight, man. Going to have them to fight. Now, this, what you're reading now, ain't the God of the Christian church, man. He would never say nothing like this, but this is the God of the Bible, man. The Lord going to have all the nations come together and fight, man, and kill themselves because of what they've done to black people. All nations have a part in the destruction of black people, man. All of them have. And that's why the Lord is vexed with all of them. That's why all of them are going to be taken to the house of the Valley of Jehoshaphat, man. The East Indians go to islands like Trinidad and Jamaica and oppress black people, man. The Chinese go to islands like Trinidad and Jamaica and oppress black people, man. And they fight young black girls in their stores, man. Young black girls who don't know any better, who do dumb stuff that all kids do, man. Kids, remember when we were younger, when kids used to go outside the fruit shop and grab an apple and run? Kids do dumb stuff, man. And the Chinese people don't see our young black girls as children. They want to karate chop them, man, and drop kick them and headlock them, man. And the video footage of it also, man. Even in America, man. And the Lord ain't happy about that, man. The Lord ain't happy when he sees the East Indian man making money off black people, opening shops in black neighborhoods, man. Opening shops in black purposely goes to black neighborhoods, man, knowing that black people got problems, man, knowing that black people got drug addiction problems, and opens a shop in our neighborhood, man, and makes it 24 hours and sells black people Rizzlers and drink and alcohol, man. What do you think will happen if you open a 24-hour shop in a black neighborhood which is full of alcoholics, man? Of course, alcoholics are gonna go there. And when you go to the shops at nighttime, what do you see? Alcoholics outside begging for change, man. So like, one moment. Slack, yeah. Like what I was saying, man. And guess what? They know that black people got a problem, but do they care? Nah, man. This is a way for me to make money, man. I've been to many cities, man. And at night time, when you want a little munch, you go to the off license, man, and they're open 24 hours, man. And who are they open for? For black people, man. Not just any black people. Right. They want them addicts, man. Who the hell's awake at 2 a.m, man? Addicts are, man. And if you're in a black neighborhood, then what kind of addict are you looking for? A black addict, man. And they're open late at night, what, to sell you them blue slim Rizzlers, man. To sell you that big cider for £1. That's that big cider for £1. That big cider for £1, man, because they know black people are poor, man. I want to get drunk, man. And he's like, listen, I'm here to help you, man. You want to get drunk? Just come check me, man.
It's like, yes, sir, if I could.
Go on.
It's like, yes, sir. And also, before they have to get permission as well, like from the council to do that. So they're all in the one mind to keep black people, you know, mash up on drugs, mash up on heroin and whatever else at that time of night. So they're all working together to keep us in one in drunk and mash up. You know what I mean? So like, yeah.
What is so heavy? Like every nation in the world wants to make money. And guess what? Black people are the people they make money off. With the people who they pitch their market to, man. In America in the 90s, President Nixon needed money to fund the Cold War, man. Needed money to fund the Cold War. So what did he do? He started bringing cocaine into America, man. And guess where that cocaine landed? It didn't land in the Chinese neighborhood. It didn't land in the Arab neighborhood. Didn't land in a white neighborhood. It ended up in Compton, man. Ended up in Brooklyn, man. Ended up in Harlem, man. All over America where black people are, that's where it ended. We're the guinea pigs that they need to make money. We're the experiment that they always use to make money, man. We're the people that you need to make some money. Let's use them. And guess what? They funded the Cold War off the backs of black people, man. In the 90s, in the 80s, in the crack epidemic, white people weren't affected by the crack, man. Chinese were affected by the crack, man. Italians were affected by the crack. It was black people, man. And like all of them have a fair share in pimping black people, man. Even the East Indian man, it comes to your neighborhood, gets the license from the council to have a 24 off license, man. Do you know when you own an off license, you need a license to sell alcohol, and he gets a 24-hour one and sell it to you, sells the alcohol to your uncles, man. If they love black people, they'll say, nah, man, listen, it's 12 o'clock, man, go sleep. But now he's there at nighttime. Right. There's one type of man that's up at nighttime, man, and that's the alcoholic, man. That's a drug dealer.
That's right. That's right.
And guess what comes in at 12 o'clock? That gyro, man. That gyro comes in 12 o'clock. So that drug dealer can get, so that drug addict can get some drugs. And that's why the shops are open at night. The shopkeeper knows, like, listen, you know what I mean? Them alcoholics want alcohol right now. And the money comes at 12 o'clock, man. So there, man, I can make money if I stay open at midnight. If I open from 8 to 8, then I won't get none of that money. I gotta be available when that money lands, man. When that money lands, I gotta be there to get that money, man. So he opens the shop, man. Like, everywhere you go, so I've been all over this country, man. And every ghetto you go to, man, there's a shop open 24 hours, and it's always an off license, man. And I also try to lie to, man. So what? Now we open 24 hours to sell gas and electric. Yeah, shut up, man. Really, come on. Go on.
So like Isaiah 56 verse 9 says, "All ye beasts of the field come to devour. Yeah, all ye beasts in the forest." Is that in the right context? Because all the nations of the earth, Salakia, sir, are eating off us. Is that right?
I believe so. Where you at?
Isaiah 56 verse 10. Sorry, Salakia, verse 9. And verse 11 says
6 and 10, yeah?
No, 56, Isaiah 56 verse 9. And then it goes into 11 as well. Says in 11.
All right, give me verse.
Salakia, sir.
Start from verse 6, I'll see.
Cut on, sir. Isaiah 56 verse 6. Also the sons of the stranger that join themselves to the Lord to serve him and to love the name of the Lord, to be his servant, everyone that keepeth the Sabbath from polluting it and taketh hold of my covenant. Even them will I bring to my holy mountain and make them joyful in my house of prayer. Their burnt offerings and their sacrifices shall be accepted upon mine altar. For my house shall be called the house of prayer for all people.
And just for time's sake, let's not talk about the heathen, man. You know what I mean? Talk about brothers that join themselves to the truth, man. You know what I mean? They also can be accepted. You know what I mean? The brothers were cast off, and the Lord cast them off. When you say to us, a son, listen, you ain't my son no more. He ain't your son no more. When he comes back, he can be your son again. Well, that's a Thursday topic. If you want to break him down, Captain Pasha can do that. But keep it in.
Come on, sir. The Lord God which gathereth the outcasts of Israel saith.
There you go. And that's how you know talking about the outcasts of Israel, man. Them brothers that came back, you're not talking about all nations. A Christian reader and go, see, the white man can come and join himself to us. No, man. Talk about the outcasts of Israel, man. Brothers that were outcast and they come back to the Lord, man. That's the context. Keep it in.
Yet will I gather others to him, besides those that are gathered unto him. All ye beasts of the field come to devour. Yeah, all ye beasts come in the forest.
And that's right, man. It's talking about all these other nations come to devour black people, man. They come to rob us. The Lord calls us the lost sheep of the house of Israel. And when you're a man and you're a shepherd, this is an analogy. The Lord calls us the lost sheep of the house of Israel. And what does a shepherd have to watch out for when it comes to sheep? Beasts of the field, man. Why? Because beasts like to take a sheep. Beasts like to eat a sheep. That's why you got to put a fence around your sheep, man. And we're a people that are sheep, and we're always being devoured by the other nations. The other nations are the beasts of the field, man. And they're always setting off licenses, man. They're always putting drugs in our neighborhoods, man. They're always teaching us Christ is white and come to our church, man. They're always saying, come fight for your country. Come fight. They're always playing us and using us and having us eaten, man. That's what it's talking about there. What's the scripture about? Give me Ezekiel.
Can't.
let me prove that. I prove that the beasts of the field are the other nations.
Can't.
One more. Give me Ezekiel. Da, da, da.
Is it 9? Is it 9 till like here?
I
Is it
believe so.
Ezekiel 9? I think it is. Let me just check. I think it's 9.
No, 34. Give me 34. Verse 34.
Come on, cancer.
Ezekiel 34. Bear me a second.
No, sir.
Right. Give me verse 5. 34 and 5.
Come on, cancer. Ezekiel 34, verse 5. And they were scattered because there is no shepherd. And they became.
And the Bible said we're scattered because of no shepherd, because no leaders. That's why we're scattered. Because no leaders, that's why we're in Christianity, Islam, Rastafarianism, and etc. Keep reading.
Come on, cancer. And they became meat to all the beasts of the field.
And we became
when
meat. We became meat to all the beasts of the field. So all the beasts of the field, we became meat to them. So for anyone that thinks that's literal, verse 28 is gonna let you know what the beasts of the field are. Give me verse 28.
Come on, cancer. Verse 28. And they shall no more be prey to the heathen.
It's up there. No, go back to verse 6.
Come on, cancer.
Verse 5, sorry.
Come on, cancer. And they were scattered because there is no shepherd. And they became meat. Come on, cancer. They became meat to all beasts of the field.
And so we became meat. We became the meat to all the beasts of the field. We became meat to all the beasts of the field. Meat. Keep it in. Verse 28.
Come on, cancer. And they shall no more be prey
in the future. Right about now, we are meat to the beasts of the field. But in the future, we are no longer going to be prey. And look what the Bible calls the beasts of the field. So right about now, we are meat. We are prey to the beasts of the field. But we're no longer. We done?
Come on, cancer. Neither shall the beasts of the field of the land devour them.
So start from 28 again.
Come on, cancer. And they shall no more be a prey to the heathen.
There you go. And that's the heathen are the beasts of the field. The Bible said we're meat to the beasts of the field. In the future, we're no longer going to be prey. Prey and meat, same thing, man. Prey is something you eat, man. We're no longer going to be prey to the heathen. The heathen are the beasts of the field, man. So the scripture that Hakim brought out, that all heathen, all the beasts come and gather to eat, man. That's correct, man. Everyone comes to eat off black people. Everyone comes to take advantage of black people. They see how black people are on drugs and not one of them say, yo, listen, what's wrong with these people, man? Let's go raise some money for them. No, they say, damn, listen, I can get money off this. The Jewish man comes to the ghetto and sees black people break dancing and rapping and singing and goes, damn, I could sign a contract, man, and get paid off this. Every album they sell, I'll give him $1 million. I'll keep the other 36, man. I can give him a 360 deal. I make money off them, man. Listen, I'll have him singing and dancing and rehearsing and doing sound check and touring from city to city and country to country, sweating his ass off, thinking of new ideas. And guess what I do? I just collect, man. It's from the ghetto. He don't know money. His mom's on drugs, man. I flash a little million in front of him and woo, I keep all that money, man. I have Floyd Mayweather boxing and training and sweating and running for miles and training 8 hours a day, man. If in the ghetto, man, I'll give him 34 mil, man. Every fight, man. And he thinks he's getting paid. Meanwhile, I'm getting paid, man. I'm really getting paid, man. They play on us, man. Chris Rock said it best. Chris Rock goes, listen, if Floyd Mayweather got money, then imagine how rich the man is that signs his checks, man. The man that pays you out of his money. He takes money out of his money and gives you. If you work for McDonald's, you bring McDonald's grands every day. or the burgers you flip, and out of that, McDonald's give you a basic wage, man. And all these rappers and entertainers, all they are is high-paid slaves, man. We're low-paid slaves,
right.
high-paid slaves, man. That's all it is.
That's right.
And guess what? A man sits back and looks at their talent and goes, yo, I'm going to rob them for this, you know. They're from the ends. They don't know money. They think they got it made, man. And with all this money we got, guess what? Not one of us ever thought, yo, let's start our own company, man. Let's sign up. Let's sign black talent ourselves. You mean to tell me with all the black football players, we can't start our own league? Nah, man, we're waiting for the white man to sign us, man. All these black rappers, and guess what? There's black men still wanting to be signed by Sony, man. Which we by this time we should have made our own Sony, man. But anyway, so any question online? I don't want. All right, cool. Drop that. Get me 2 Kings 17 and 18.
Come on, Carter. 2 Kings 17 and 18, sir.
That's right. Sorry, 17 and 17.
Come on, Carter. 2 Kings 17, verse 17.
That's right.
Carter. And they caused their sons and their daughters to pass through the fire.
Look at that, man.
And
look at that, man. In the time of the kings, we made our sons pass through the fire, man. Back in the day, there was a god called Molech, man, some fake god, man. And you had to burn your kids. You had to burn your kids alive, man, to show dedication, show devotion to Molech, man. People sacrifice their children to Molech, and that's what we did in the past. Killed our kids, man, for this because just because the heathen were doing it. We killed our kids to follow the heathen. And that's what black people do in 2021, man. We show the God of Halloween devotion, man. We know there's rapists out there. We know there's murderers out there. We know there's molesters out there. Katie and Nelson was free one time, man. Guess what? We send our kids out on Halloween to go get some sweets, man. Why? Because the God of Halloween needs that devotion. And even though there's rapists and murderers out there, we say, hey, Halloween, go out there and go get some sweets, man. We know people poison sweets and people put razors and apples, man. But hey, we serve the God of Halloween. So even that kid we love, we devote him to Halloween on that day. We say, go out there and go have fun, man. And we did the same thing back then. The kids that we loved, that we swore we loved so much, we burn them kids alive. And you do the same thing when you send your kids out there to go trick-or-treating, man. The same kids that you swear you love so much, man. You say, go out there and go ask a stranger for some sweets, man. Go get some sweets of a stranger. In fact, go knock on a stranger's door, man. I'm pretty sure he won't drag you in his house. Go eat the sweets of a stranger, man. I'm pretty sure it ain't poison, man. That's the devotion you give to that God, man. That God requires a lot of devotion, and you give that devotion to that God October 31st, man. You send your precious children out there to go and beg strangers for sweets, man. Go and beg strangers for sweets, man. All year round, you teach your kids don't speak to strangers. But on October 31st, you tell them to go beg strangers for sweets, man. You tell your kids to stay away from strangers, but on October the 31st, you tell them to go beg them for sweets, man. Knock on their door. Imagine like your kid actually going in harm's way, it's actually welcoming danger, man. And that's because the God of Halloween, he needs that sacrifice, man. Just like Molech needed that sacrifice back then. Cue it in.
Come on, Carter. To pass through the fire and use divination and enchantments.
Use divinations and enchantments, man. Black people today go into the obia, man, and tarot cards and putting garlic under your pillow and all types of nonsense, man. This is what we did back then, and this is what we're doing today, man. This is what we're doing today, man. You know, sprinkling this and sprinkling that. All types of superstitious garbage, man. There's one thing we don't do in the UPK is superstition, man. That's why when a brother sneezes, we don't say bless you, man. You think a little spell, you're gonna make us get better. Oh, bless you. That's some spell, man. You're gonna be fine, man. There's all types of reasons for sneezing. Sometimes you sneeze because of hay fever, man. Sometimes you sneeze because of a bit of dust, man. Don't say no spell over me. Ain't no spell gonna get me better, man. That's the origin of saying. That's the origin of saying bless you, man. Therefore, if a man sneezed back in the day, he must have the bubonic plague, and me saying bless you will bless him. Some little spell, some little good luck charm, man. Kiwi. And again, another thing with what's it called? Something that a brother was speaking to a brother this week about, man. You know, UPK, we do not deal in what's it called? Superstition, man. The Sabbath day is not a superstition, man. Every law of God is for a reason, man. You don't eat
Right.
pork. Why? So you don't catch diseases, man. And the Sabbath day, you don't work. Why? Because it's a day off. You got brothers thinking, well, I'll stay in my house and the Lord will bless me, man. There's nothing superstitious about the Sabbath day. It got a reason. The Sabbath day is to stop employers from abusing their employees, man. Simple as that, man. You don't get no good luck charm. It's not no good luck charm. It's not, you don't get no, some special dust come from a special beam of light on you. It's nothing like that, man. You're not supposed to work that day. Why? So employers don't abuse their employees. That's all it is, man. You got brothers saying on this day, that's superstition, man. People saying, well, I step with my right foot and my left foot. I turn my clothes inside out and all these things bless me, man. All that is garbage, man. I don't work on the Sabbath day. I don't lift this. Because if I don't lift that, the Lord bless me. All that is garbage, man. It's all superstition. Every law of God is for a reason, man. You don't have sex with a man's wife. Why? Because it's wrong, man. That man is your brother, man. You don't steal because that money don't belong to you. Not because it's superstition. Not because it brings you good luck. Because it's wrong. And you don't work on the Sabbath. Why? Because you're supposed to have the day off, man. That law was written to the employers, so the employers won't abuse a man and have a man working 7 days a week, man. That's what it was for. It's called brotherhood. It's like Akian.
No, sir. I was just gonna add to what you said, which is quite heavy, man. I mean, like you were saying about black people following all these other these practices that Edomites have shown them, right? And you know the thing is, right? They know it's wrong. You tell them, they know it. You show them in the Bible. You give them the keys for freedom, and they'll still stay in the jail. If you see
That's
where I'm
right.
coming from, sir.
Can't exactly, man.
You know, and the scripture say, sir.
Well, carry on, Slakia. The bit of lag between us. So when I talk, you talk and stuff. But carry on.
Can't, sir. I was just gonna say, just to add to the last little bit was, our people are just stiff-necked people. That was it. Salakia.
Listen, but I pray some brothers get it, man. But listen, eating cold chicken on Sabbath day not gonna bring you no good luck, man. Not
That's
no good luck charm or nothing. If you don't work, because what? The Lord wants you to have a day off, man. That's all it is. You don't eat pork because the Lord said don't eat pork, man. The Lord wants you to live, man. He don't want you to eat nastiness, man.
Right.
No Lord of God is religious and superstitious, man. Every last one of them got a meaning to it, man. Every last one. We eat unleavened bread. Why? Because it gives us superpowers. No, man. Because our fathers did it, and we want to remember that day, man. See there? You know what I mean? Our fathers did it in the land of Egypt. Our fathers did it, man. And the Lord wants us to remember that day. That's why we do it. For that reason, man. Like the East Indians got Eid and whatnot, and Eid to put on their best clothes to remember that day. The Lord don't want us to forget that day, man. The Lord wants us to remember that day when we was cornered and down and oppressed and we got out of Egypt, man. That's why we eat that bread, man. The bread don't give us superpowers. The bread ain't magical. We eat so we remember, man. When we eat that bread, it brings us memories like, raw, this is what my father was doing, my great-granddad was doing, man. 2,000 years ago, yo, he was living rough, man. The Lord don't want us to forget. Simple as that, man. Every law is the same, man. I'm sick of this superstitious thing. It's getting out of control, man. So luck, yeah.
And also, what's heavy about that is, even now, there's no law that exists that means something else. It's a law that's there because they don't want you to do something wrong.
That's right.
In the UK, America, Jamaica, no law has this mysticism. The law is just simply don't do that because it's wrong.
There you go.
And you'll get locked up.
If I could say, why don't people run a red light, man? Because if I run a red light, it's bad luck. No, man, you run a red light, you're not dead, man. You run a red light, you get hit by oncoming traffic, man. Simple as that, man. That's the law. I don't run a red light because God said it's wrong. And if I run a red light, that's 12 years of what's it called? 12 years of bad luck. No, man. You run a red light, a car will clout you from the right or left, man. Leave you in a wheelchair, man. Airbag come out, everything, man. Simple as that, man. That's why you don't run no red light, man. And like how with God laws, the same thing. I don't run the red light because you run the red light. Like, what's that about for break a mirror? Oh, that's garbage, man. If you break a mirror, you know what you're supposed to do? Go get a dustpan and brush and scoop that shit up, man. Simple as that, man. So like I said, I want to bring that scripture here for me.
Yeah, I got Ezekiel 20:6. Got that. Ezekiel 20:6. In the day that I lifted up my hand unto them, to bring them forth out of the land of Egypt.
And the Lord is talking about when he lifted up his hand, man. His hand means, when I lift up my hand, it means my hand of power, man. When the Lord got his hand of power and got us out of Egypt. We didn't come out of Egypt by marching and voting. The Lord did it with his hand of power, man. We came out by killing the Egyptians, man. The firstborn of the Egyptians died, man. Curses and plagues and famines. That's the Lord's hand of power, man. That's how the Lord got us out of Egypt. Keep it in.
Egypt into a land that I espied for them.
And the Lord put us in a land that he aspired for us, man, that he wanted us to have. That's the land that these heathen are fighting over, man. It belongs to neither one of you. It ain't yours, man. It don't belong to neither one of you. What's the problem, black man? We're too busy in the ghetto fighting for Brixton, man. We're too busy fighting for a corner. You're fighting for a corner. Meanwhile, heathen are fighting for something that's yours, man. A damn corner, black man. You got a whole country that's yours, man. A whole country that's yours, that's fertile, man. And we're fighting for a corner, man. Nah, man, these projects belong to me, man. What's what? This estate belongs. This is my estate, man. This is my blood. This is my bits, man. Black man, do you know you have a own country? You want to fight for something? Let's fight for our own country, man. Let's fight for our women, our children, our land, our laws, man. Like what Judas Maccabee said, man. We want to fight for something. Let's fight for something. Let's fight for something, man. Fight for some council estate that you don't own. The government owns it, man. And the council estate ain't worth fighting for, man. I've seen them pissy elevators, man. So lucky, man. Your boiler breaks. The landlord don't even come out till like next week, man. Even he ain't fighting for it, and he's the landlord. He ain't fighting for it, man. Grenfell Tower burnt down, and there was nowhere sprinklers in the place, man. The landlord ain't fighting for his own towers, so why am I fighting for it for, man? The landlord don't love his own building. The clad wasn't fireproof. There was no fire alarm. There was no sprinklers. So why am I fighting for Grenfell Towers, man? What am I saying? This is my estate, man. This is my block, man. When the man that owns it don't even maintain it good, man. Don't even maintain it well. They say a fridge burnt down Grenfell Towers, man. Meaning what? The electrics, the wiring was all effed up, man. And I'm gonna get shot for Grenfell Towers. I'm gonna hold down Grenfell Towers. Me and my man are gonna hold down Grenfell Towers. When the man that owns it don't hold it down, slack him, man. Boy, that. I'm gonna hold down black people, man. I'm gonna hold down black people. I'm gonna hold down these laws, man. I'm gonna hold down the I.S.U.P.K, man. So I'm gonna hold down, man.
That's right. Man. That's right.
Any of my brothers see slipping, I'm gonna hold them down, man. So, yo, how can I go on, man? Fix up, man. Yo, what you doing, man? I'm gonna hold down you, man. You can hold down Grenfell Towers. Like the people that own it don't hold it down, man. Slack, yeah.
Flowing with a milk and her honey.
And the Lord gave us a land that flows with milk and honey. I just like little remind you, flowing with milk and honey. Today we don't value milk because milk comes from the corner shop, man. You know, you don't value honey because honey comes from Tesco, man. But back in the day, average food was like bread and water. Because bread's just wheat and water comes from the sky. But to drink milk was something, man. To drink milk means what? You got a cow. To have a cow means that you got money. To you to get under a cow and milk a cow to get a bucket of water, that means you had money, man. Milk was something that the average man didn't drink. And honey was something the average man didn't eat, man. Do you know the process of getting honey? Getting honey could get your black ass killed, man. Getting honey could get you stung to death. How a man to get honey back then was like, yo, how'd you get the honey, man? You risk your life, put it on the hood and this and getting that honey. Yo, honey was like gold. Anything that costs your life to get is like gold, man. Like diamonds cost your life. You go under a gold mine where it can collapse and kill you and get that diamond. It's valuable, and that was milk and honey back then. And the Lord said, our land flows milk and honey, man. Meaning our land is precious, man. It's fertile, man. Keep it in.
Which is the glory of all lands.
And guess what? Our land is the glory of all lands, man. You got people sneaking on the back of lorry trying to get into England, man. And guess what? Our land is greater than their land, man. Our land is great. People are gonna want to sneak into our land, man. Our land is the land we're fighting for. Man in the back of a lorry from Calais, you know what I mean, pissing off Captain Parasha and shit, trying to get Captain Parasha a fine at the French borders, man. And black man, our land is fighting for. You think England something? You think America something? We got brothers, Hispanic brothers, swimming and almost losing their lives to get into America, man. You think that's something? Well, guess what? You got a nuclear war in Palestine. You got a nuclear war in Palestine. Listen, people are swimming to get to America. You got people fighting for our land, man. People with the iron dome in our land, man. Our land is precious, more precious than America, more precious than England, man. Keep it in.
Then said I unto them, cast ye away every man the abomination of his eyes.
And guess what? That's how we're gonna get back into our land, man. You will cast away the abomination of your eyes. Why did the Bible say your eyes, man? Because your eyes is what you look at something, oh, wow, I want that, man. Your eyes is lustful. Things that you love, you see with your eyes first, man. And the Lord said, cast that away. All the lust that black people love, or you know what I mean, it all starts off with the eyes, man. That woman that's married, you see her first with your eyes, man. That car you want with your eyes, man. That money, the this, the life, the flashy life, it all starts off with what you see first, man. Keep it in.
And defile not yourselves with the idols of Egypt. I am the Lord your God.
The Lord said, don't defile yourself with the gods of Egypt, man. All these religions and philosophies and Christianity and Egyptology, all that garbage, man. Don't defile yourself with that no more, man. That's what I mean by the idols, mean the religions, man. Keep it in.
But they rebelled against me.
But guess what? We didn't want to do it, man. We said, nah, damn that. I'm gonna smoke this fat blunt instead, man. Listen, I hear that, I hear that whole God stuff, but listen, my kidneys nappies, man. My kidneys nappies, man. I got you know what I mean? I got a 9-ball right here, man. No, it's like a 9-bar. It's a 9-bar, so lucky I get old. I got a 9-bar, I got a flip, man, because my kidneys nappies, man. You know what I mean? That I.S.U.P.K stuff ain't feeding my children. And that's what our people do, man. We rebelled against the Lord, man. Keep it in.
And would not hearken unto me.
And they wouldn't hearken to the Lord. And what does it mean to not listen to the Lord, man? Meaning don't listen to his prophets, man. The Lord don't come down and speak to you and you say, oh, Lord, I'm not listening to that, man. The Lord sends his prophets, man. When a prophet speaking to you, that's God speaking to you, man. And when you say, I'm not listening to you, you ain't God. That's you not listening to God, man. A lot of black people say, oh, I don't follow man, I follow God. You don't know that what God speaks to you through, man. And when you say, listen, right. I'm not listening to you, I'm gonna eat pork because listen, when God told me don't eat pork, then I'll do it, man. Then you're a fool, man. God speaks to you through these men. And it ain't nothing new. God's always spoken through men, man. Who the hell you think Moses was? Moses was a man. Who do you think Joshua was a man? Who do you think all the prophets, the Old Testament, the prophets, all of them were men? And they spoke to what men, and they spoke the stuff God wanted. And when you say, I listen to you, man. Listen, I don't listen to no man. You're saying, listen, I listen to God, man. You're saying, God, don't speak to me. Keep it in.
They did not, every man, cast away the abomination of their eyes.
And everyone said, nah, I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing, man. I ain't casting that away, man. I ain't putting the drugs away. Listen, that drug brings me money, man. Them whores bring me pleasure, man. I ain't giving that up, man. Keep it in.
Neither did they forsake the idols of Egypt.
Keep it in.
Then I said, I will pour out my fury upon them.
And that's what we're going through right now, man. The Lord put us in our own land that flowed for milk and honey, man. We thought we were too nice, man. We got ahead of ourselves. For, yeah, man, I'm in a nice land. Ain't that happened to me? I'm going to do what I want, say what I want, live how I want. And the Lord poured out his fury upon us, man. Look at that, man. That's poetic language right there, man. That's some Shakespearean language right there. Imagine you got a cup of anger and just pour it on somebody, man. You know when someone pour a drink over your head and it's wet, it's full of what? It's full of water or whatever that drink was. Imagine Lord got anger and it pours it all over you, man. Poured it all over black Hispanic people, man. And that's what black on black crime is about, man. Poured all over us. That's where you find it in every community. That's where you find black on black crime in Jamaica, in Brazil, in England. No matter where we are, there's something called black on black crime and gang violence because the Lord poured it all over us, man. Like when you pour gravy all over the chicken, you get it all over the roast. That's us, man. Wherever we go, we're on drugs, man. The Lord poured it all over us. Drugs ain't a black American thing and cool in the UK, or it's just a black UK thing. Drugs is a black thing in general, man. Globally, black on black crime ain't just a black Judite thing, man. It's a global thing no matter where black people are, man. Whores and single parent homes ain't just a Jamaican thing. It's wherever black people are, man, because the Lord poured it all over us. Keep it in.
Right.
To accomplish my anger against them in the midst of the land of Egypt. But I wrought for my name's sake that it should not be polluted before the heathen.
There you go. And the Lord took us out of the land, but Lord said, listen, I won't have that land polluted before the heathen, man. Keep reading.
Among whom they were, in whose sight I made myself known unto them, in bringing them forth out of the land of Egypt. Wherefore I caused them to go forth out of the land of Egypt, and brought them into the wilderness.
There you go. The Lord brought us into the wilderness, man, and took our land from us because we were disobedient. So lucky, if you go back to Joel 3 and 2, I think the part that I missed, man. I kind of missed this. The part that I missed. So I can get the history on Israel.
Joel 3. Salakia, sir.
Yeah, if you could.
Verse 2.
Yeah, I can.
Verse 2. I will also gather all nations and will bring them down to the valley of Jehoshaphat, and will plead with them there for my people and for the heritage of Israel, or for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted the land.
And there you go, they've parted our land, man. They've parted our land. One side is for what? The Palestinians. One side for the so-called Jewish man. The Lord says he even have parted my land, man. And that's why I'm going to bring them all together to kill each other, man. That's why I haven't brought down into the valley of Jehoshaphat. I haven't killed each other, man. Parted the Lord's land, man. Parted the Lord's land. I got one part Islam, one part Zionist, man. That's our land, man. So like, let me get the history of Palestine.
And also to add on that, in Jerusalem, they got a mosque. One big mosque. It's called the Dome Mosque. And you know, like, come on, in the Holy Land, you got a pagan religion there, man.
Damn.
And it's iconic, meaning that if you're someone that follows the Islamic, a faith, you would go to that mosque in Jerusalem for a historical reason, man.
Boy, listen, these Slakia, man. Let me get there real quick, man. All right, go back to 2 Kings, Slakia. It's 14 and 14 and 14. 14 and 14.
Is it 17 and 17? I think. 17 and 17, sir.
Slakia, go on.
No, sir. And they caused their sons and their daughters to pass through the fire and use divination and enchantment, and sold themselves to do evil in the sight of the Lord, to provoke him to anger.
And that's what we did. We provoked the Lord to anger, man. Got the Lord angry. Provoke someone is when, like, you push them to make a move, man. And that was us. We were pushing the Lord to make his move. We knew eating pork was wrong, man. But we're still doing it anyway. We knew what the Lord would do to us if we ate pork, man. But we did it anyway, man. That's provoking the Lord right there, man. We knew the Lord was against serving other gods, man. And we knew what he would do if we serve other gods, man. But we kept pushing him anyway. That's what it means to provoke someone, man. Keep it in.
Answer. Therefore, the Lord was very angry with Israel and removed them out of his sight.
And the Lord removed us out of his sight, man. And what does it mean to remove us out of his sight? It means took us out of his land, man. That's what it means. The Bible can explain it anyway in a second. Keep it in.
Answer. There was none left but the tribe of Judah only.
And we were split in half. We had the tribe of Israel and the tribe of Judah, man. You had blacks, Hispanic. You had Judah, which was Benjamin, Levi, and Judah. What you call black people today. Then you had Hispanics, man, which you call the tribe of Israel, or the tribe of Ephraim. And Ephraim went first, man. They went first, and there's none left but Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. We was left in the land because the other 10 tribes sinned, man. Keep it in.
Answer. Also, Judah kept not the commandments of the Lord their God.
But guess what? Judah also started being wicked also, man. And that's Israel today. Hispanics ain't just evil, but what so-called blacks are evil too, man. You know, Hispanics ain't gangbanging and got tattoos on their face. Blacks are doing the same thing they're doing, man. We're all evil, man. That's why it's our job to teach blacks and Hispanics, man. Keep it in.
That's right. Answer. but walked in the statutes of Salakia. Also Judah kept not the commandments of the Lord their God, but walked in the statutes of Israel, which they made. And the Lord rejected all the seed of Israel.
And look at that, man. The
And
Lord rejected all of us. Why? Because we kept sinning, man. We kept going against the laws, and the Lord rejected all of us, man. Blacks and Hispanics, man. Keep reading.
And afflicted them and delivered them into the hand of the spoilers.
And the Lord gave us to the hand of the spoilers. Spoilers are robber, man. Who's in robbers? And the French, the Dutch, the Portuguese. Them men come to rob, man. And what did they rob more than anything? Free labor, man. They rob black people of free labor, man. Robbed us of our identity. Guess what? They also robbed us of our identity. While we're in the end having drug wars, they're having a war for our land, man. Keep it in.
For he rent Israel from the house of David, and they made Jeroboam, the son of Nebat king, and Jeroboam drave Israel from following the Lord, and made them sin a great sin. For the children of Israel walked in all the sins of Jeroboam, which he did. They departed not from them.
There you go, man. And Jeroboam was a wicked king, man. When I mean wicked, I don't mean Jamaica wicked. I mean wicked, man. Salakia. And we followed his ways. And that's where the Lord kicked us out of the land, man. So again, the real Jews ain't supposed to be in the land, man. The real Jews are scattered, serving punishment, man. Why? Because the Bible said so. The Lord kicked us out of that land. So how some white men are talking about, yeah, we got the land back, man. The Lord will give us that land back like what we just read. The Bible says when the real Jews are in the land, the earth shall study war no more, man. So so we can't be in that land because right about now there's wars everywhere, man. There's wars everywhere. Every minute I'm seeing a nuclear weapon getting fired, man. So like I said, read the history of the state of Israel. So we're gonna get the history of the state of Israel real quick, how it came to place and so forth.
This is the history of Israel, the land of Israel, also known as the Holy Land or Palestine, is the birthplace of the Jewish people.
Read that again, Slakia.
The front on top.
Yeah.
All right. The land of Israel, also known as the Holy Land.
There you go, man. So historians are right. Israel is the Holy Land, man. Everyone knows this. Even Wikipedia knows this, man. It's a Holy Land. What's the problem, though? It's not the Holy Land for them white people, man. It ain't the Holy Land for them Arabs, man. It's a Holy Land for black people, man. Keep it in.
That's right.
Or Palestine is the birthplace of the Jewish people.
And it's the birthplace of the Jews, which is true, man. It's a whole man of us Jews. In Galatians, it said, what? Jerusalem is the mother of us all, man. It's our motherland. Our motherland ain't Africa. It's not Egypt. It's not Sheshamani. It's not Ethiopia. It's not, what's that planet, man? Risk or Abyssinia. Jerusalem is our whole land, man. So we are born, man. Keep it in.
The place where the final form of the Hebrew Bible is thought to have been compiled, and the birthplace of Judaism.
And look at that, man. In this land was where the Bible was found, man. They found a complete Bible where, man? In the Qumran caves of Israel, man. That's where the oldest manuscripts of the Bible is. Look what this great history the Bible got. And this devil says, yeah, man, it's our land, man. Taking all this stuff for himself, man. In Israel, with the Hebrew scrolls found, man, he said, yeah, this is our land, man. In all the great archaeology, man, like Samson, great men like Samson, man, strong men that beat a whole army up, man, by himself. They're saying, yeah, man, that's our people. The land that Yahushua walked, man, they're saying, yeah, it's our land, man. Yahushua is our people, man. These liars, man. So like I said, if you give me the region.
Okay, I see. The region has come under the sway of various empires.
And look at that, man. Because we was wicked, our land got taken over by various empires, man. The Babylonians got their hands on it. The Assyrians got their hands on it. The Greeks and Romans had their hands on it at one point. And now today, guess what? The oppressor and the Arabs got their hands on it, man. And they're fighting for it like it's theirs, man. Fighting for it like it's theirs. It don't belong to neither one of you, man. Fighting and don't want to let go of it, man, like it's theirs, man. Black man, it's yours, man. Black man, listen, while we're fighting for Grenfell Towers, look what they're fighting for, man. We're fighting for Grenfell Towers with rebars, man, and knives. Meanwhile, they're fighting for this land with missiles and nuclear warfare, man. We should show you something. That what they're fighting for your land, meaning what your land is worth fighting for. It's something to defend. You don't want it. You want drug money and you want you want your council estates, man. But they're willing to blow missiles up, man, and car bombs, man. Meaning what? They know something about this land that you don't know. They've given you the ends, man. Meanwhile, they want this for themselves, and they're willing to pay money and blow up big missiles to keep it, man. If you're willing to lose soldiers and shoot rebars and spinners and use Rambo knives to protect your ends, and they're using missiles for theirs, that should show you something, man. Listen, there's something about Israel. Right. There's something about Israel that they know is precious, man. They want to keep it, man. So lucky if you die for the pissy elevator with a Rambo knife and they're blowing up missiles, listen, there's something that they ain't telling you about Israel, man. Something good about Israel that they ain't telling you, because you know how it is. You defend your ends, and your ends are full of pissy elevators and pissy alleyways, man. So if they're using missiles, listen, so lucky, okay,
yeah. Just one quick thing. So the Valley of Jehoshaphat is what's happening now, right? That's where they are now. Is that right? Are they in the Valley of Jehoshaphat now?
The Valley of Jehoshaphat isn't actual valley. Is that correct? It's mean decision. Mean decision. So Lord's gonna bring all nations to fight each other, and that's what you see now, man. That's what you see.
So also, well, in the Hebrew, Jehoshaphat is YAHANNA, meaning like God will decide in the Hebrew as well.
Right. Okay. So it's not literally a valley.
No. But in the Apocrypha again. Can I bring it now? The Lord's going to bring all nations. Let me get this. What was it? About all nations come together and try and fight with Christ.
Second Ezra 13.
Second Ezra 13.
Yeah.
I'll have that now. Is it verse 1?
I don't think so. Second Ezra 13. So man come to the mountains. There came the people. Not find it.
They shall leave off. I didn't get to the history, I got carried away.
All right, Second Ezra 13 and 29.
Behold, the days come when the Most High will begin to deliver them that are upon the earth.
There you go. And then talking about again Israel, the Lord, and we know the them and the whole earth. Talk about us, because precept upon precept, it's the Lord going to deliver Israel, deliver my people, deliver my lost sheep. So again, Ezra saying the same thing, but he's worded it different. Keep it in.
And he shall come to the astonishment of them that dwell on the earth, and one shall undertake the fight against another.
And that's one nation fighting. That's one nation fighting against another nation. What Christ prophesied: nation shall rise against nation. The Lord said, "I'm gonna bring all nations in the Valley of Jehoshaphat." This is all nations fighting each other. The same precept, but again worded different by another prophet saying the same thing. Keep it in.
One city against another, one place against another, one people against another.
You go nation
against another.
Nation against nation. That's nationality against nationality. Christ said nation against nation. Ezra said what? One people against another. The same prophecy. The same thing the Lord said. All nations in the Valley of Jehoshaphat. All the nations are going to fight each other, man. And fight in wars, man. Keep it in.
And the time shall be when these things shall come to pass, and the signs shall happen, which I showed thee before. And then shall my son be declared.
And they're talking about Yahushai, the son of the Most High, man. Not the Most High didn't have sex with his mom. You know, the man said, "Yo, this is my son, man." I mean, this man does everything I want him to do, man. Everything I do, he does. He lives to please me. Yahushua is the Son of the Most High. Keep reading.
Quran Khan, whom thou sawest as a man ascending, and when all the people hear his voice, every man shall in their own land lead the battle they have one against another.
And when everyone hears Christ, remember the precept, every eye shall see him. Hearing saying everyone shall hear him. And when everyone sees Christ come back, everyone's going to stop from fighting each other. They're going to stop their war. They're going to allow the Palestine and Israel war. They're going to allow the Taliban, the American war. They're going to allow all that. And this is what they're going to do. We done?
So like you said, if I could, do you know when they say hear his voice, is it a literal thing?
No, it means, so like, let me give an example. Like, hear his voice means, I can't try to find the best definition to break it down. It's like when you say, like when you say, you know what, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. It means I see what you're on about. But like everyone's, what's the one, man? It's not literal. It's not literal. I'm trying to find the right example. But carry on. It'll come to me.
Okay, sir. Quran Khan, sir. And an innumerable multitude shall be gathered together.
And an innumerable multitude shall be gathered together, man. All the nations are going to come together and they're going to put their differences aside to fight against Christ, man. You know what I mean? Again, why? Christ is coming, what? To rule black people, Hispanic people, Native Indian people. Christ is come to lead black people and raise us up and have us rule over our enemies. And guess what? Nobody wants to be the slaves of black people, man.
That's right.
Nobody wants a black man to rule over them, man. People don't mind, the United Kingdom having their kingdom and the Chinese having theirs, but people don't want to rule over these black people, man. People want black people to remain slaves forever, man. Why would they want a black man to free black people when we're making money giving black people drugs, man? Why would they want you to free black people and have them rule? But I'm making money giving them record contracts, man, and football contracts and boxing contracts. Damn that. So lucky, man. These are the people that make us money. I don't want that. I can't have that, man. And everyone is at the point where everybody wants black people as slaves so much, they're going to put the difference aside to fight against a black king called Christ, man. But so lucky, I got to let it go now. I'll bring the rest of the history out next week. I didn't get into it. But Tawada for Dungabar for reading, Tawada Haki Uncle Rob for reading, straight from London. And we'll be here again next Monday, 7 to 9, as usual, the history class. And Tawada for everyone for listening as well, man. You know what I mean? Sing your tithes. Like, share, subscribe to I.S.U.P.K. United Kingdom, man. Watch On The End. Like, share, subscribe. Watch Commanding YAHANNA, The Grill. And we'll be here again next week. Shalom.
Right. With that, we're going to give the teacher one courtesy salute. Men of Israel, I.M.Adiam Shabbat. I.M.Adiam Barak. Yahweh Ba Hashem Yahweh Shai B'Katam.
Yahweh Ba Hashem Yahweh Shai B'Katam.
Yad Yam Matah. Class dismissed.
Shalom.